Hello humans, I'm the TheAlienDoctor, but you can call me Alien, and welcome back to another add-on showcase video. Today I'm going to be showing you the Minecraft Nether Reactor add-on, obviously for Minecraft Bedrock Edition. So what this add-on does is add in the original Nether Reactor core back into the game. Technically this was never removed from the game, its crafting recipe was just, removed, if that makes sense. So, yeah, and... well, as well as that, its crafting recipe and its functionality were removed. Now, basically what the Nether Reactor was, and there will be a wiki page linked in the description explaining what this Nether Reactor was. However, this used to be in the game back in either beta or alpha days, I think. I don't think it was actually ever made it to the full release. It was most likely before Bedrock Edition was fully released. And basically what it was is the only way you could go to the Nether. So nowadays you obviously make a Nether portal made of obsidian and flint and steel and whatnot to get to the Nether. Well, back in those days you only had one dimension, so the only way to get Nether materials was to, and certain other materials which we'll go over, is to basically build up a Nether Reactor. So let's actually go over what you have to do to activate the Nether Reactor and what it does and that sort of thing. So to craft the Nether Reactor you will need to put the following materials in a crafting grid like this that you see, in front of me right now. So I'm just going to do that to craft one. There we go. And something that you will notice is that it is kind of, name is a bit broken, but we'll just ignore that. And then what you're going to need to do is build it up in, so I've sort of shown you the structure that you're going to need to build up in stages. So as you can see here, you'd start off on the bottom level with using gold blocks and then cobblestone, and then you put the Nether Reactor in the middle with cobblestone surrounding it, and then last but not least just put a cross of cobblestone on the top. So that's what you're going to need to do to actually activate this thing. Now the next thing I'm going to do is actually hop into game mode survival, because I'm going to show you what it's like as a survival player doing this. So once you've built this thing, you're going to need to right click or tap on it or whatever. And as you can see here, it's going to summon all of this Netherrack and zombie pigmen. Now I do have a beacon, so I shouldn't die or anything because I have strength and resistance. However, it will start spawning a ton of these zombie pigmen, and the idea is to just kill them and then, get their loot. As well as that, it also gives you, things that sort of, kind of just appear from the, from the ground, I guess, sort of get summoned in. Now we'll go over all of these various materials in a bit, but yeah, the basic idea is that you would go ahead and attack a bunch of these guys, collect the Netherrack, or actually maybe not collect the Netherrack now. Something else, which as you can see here, is it gives you, first of all, you can actually get the Nether Reactor back if you wanted to, and that could be pretty cool, just have it in its stage. Because could you excuse me, I'm trying to do a video here, go away. So yeah, you would basically, you can mine the Nether Reactor to get its stage 2. I believe in the actual thing, if you broke the Nether Reactor, then it would stop the, Nether thing. And I'm not sure how this how long this mode thing lasts for, but as you can see, all of these various items are just appearing from the ground, with the idea is that you'd run around killing the pigmen and also collecting these items, because back in the day, they hadn't been added, or there hadn't been a way in Bedrock Edition to get them properly yet. Something else which you'll notice is that we have the old textures. So the old Netherrack is here, as well as the old zombie pigmen textures. So if I just clear a little bit of space in my inventory, then you'll notice, and you might be able to tell by that, mine time there, that's certainly not right, that this is actually a completely different block. So normal Netherrack in your world will still be the new village and pillage update. However, any Netherrack generated by this structure will have the old textures and actually be a completely different block. As well as that, I'm pretty sure you can also mine this block over here. This is called glowing obsidian, and it's obsidian that glows. Now, for some reason, it seems pretty light in here. I'm not sure if that is the glowing Netherrack or whatever it's called. We'll get onto that in a bit. Or whether it's another reason. But I did actually bring torches, because when I was watching people in the, original versions, when this was actually added in the game, they all brought torches in to light it up because it was really dark. So I'm not quite sure why it's so bright in here. It might just be a bug. Yeah, wow, there are just a ton of various resources on the ground. That's pretty amazing. So I've been, you know, kind of in this thing for quite a while now. It's not stopping. Now, something that I think I might have done is because I actually mined the Nether Reactor itself, it may have stopped the, you know, timer. So we're going to put it back down here and just see what happens. Because I'm actually pretty sure that once you mine the reactor, it's actually meant to stop the, you know, I keep wanting to call it simulation, but it's not. I'm pretty sure it's meant to stop the process. However, I mined it, so that might be a problem with this add-on. I'll have to actually double check the wiki on that front. But yeah, this thing's not stopping, so I'm just gonna, I guess, stop it myself. Okay, so let's just assume that the, like, thing had actually finished naturally now. So you can see here, whilst you're in there, this is what it spawns. Just a ton of netherrack, with the idea being that you would then mine all this netherrack for resources or whatever. As far as I'm aware, it generates the same time. It's like a little chunk of the nether, even with little nether caves and that sort of thing. Oh, whoa, it stopped. Okay, maybe I was right. Maybe it was because I moved the Nether Reactor then. So when it stops, it will stop summoning in items, and then a bunch of holes will appear just all around it. And also that lava, because that lava wasn't there earlier. And yeah, I think the time limit's something like 5 minutes. Well, it felt way longer than that, though, if I'm being honest. But then what you'd be able to do is use these zombie pigmen for stuff if you wanted them. Then mine, obviously, all of the netherrack, because you wouldn't have any other way to get it when the, you know, it was first introduced. As well as that, you also might as well actually take your nether reactor and the obsidian that it spawns in for you. But yeah, overall, this is actually a really cool little thing. And part of me kind of wishes, if I'm being completely honest, that it was actually still in the game. Just because of how, like, yeah, I would have loved to have, you know, have this in the game. I think it's quite a cool little feature. Maybe change the crafting recipe up a little bit, and I really would not have minded keeping this in the game. Now, if you don't actually want these old textures, then there is another version of this pack that's on the MCPEDL page, where you can just download it with the new textures. I decided to download it with the old textures, because why not? But yeah, if you wanted to, you can download it with new textures as well. One of the reasons I very specifically chose to download it with the old textures is because of this slight problem. So this is a completely different block. This is not netherrack. This is technically a custom block made to look like the old netherrack. Now, I have not tested the new textures thing. However, what I'm hoping is that what it will do, and what it should do, is simply summon in new netherrack instead of adding in another block. Now, the other thing you may have noticed is that every single block, item, mob that has been added in via this add-on has actually not been named correctly. You can see here it's still got all of its tile names, so tile netherrack.name and all that sort of thing. This is actually a really easy fix in the resource pack files. Like, it's so easy that in my 1 year of creating add-ons, I reckon I could probably fix this. And I'm really not that good at making add-ons. I don't do it very often. However, I reckon I probably could fix this. Although I'm not allowed to, you know, reshare modified versions, but if I was ever going to use them, well, I'd fix it. But yeah, that is one of the slight problems with this pack. I guess it's not a super big deal. I'm assuming they still work and that sort of thing. I mean, it still stacks from what I can tell. Also, is it just me, or is the pigman AI a bit okay, never mind, it's fixed itself. Sort of. Okay, you know what, something else I have noticed is that these pigman UIs aren't the best. But I have a feeling that's a problem to do with Bedrock Edition and not, you know, the creator of the pack. As well as this, their heads are actually a little bit wrong, I believe. If I'm not mistaken, their heads are wrong. I made a resource pack that adds in the, that changes the current zombified piglins to these old pigmen, and that's a resource pack that I made myself. You can download on my website. And I know I used custom models. It looks like the add-on creator has not used custom models for the pack, and the reason I think that is because it's not got a second layer with, you know, because there's sort of a second layer above its head for the adult zombie pigmen anyway. These are what the baby zombie pigmen should look like. So So I've just been looking at the wiki for the Nether Reactor, which is linked in the description, and as far as I can tell, it does actually add in all of the original items that you'd get from the original Nether Reactor. So that includes glowstone dust, nether quartz, cacti, sugar canes, both types of mushrooms, bows, bowls, pumpkin seeds, melon seeds, and zombie pigmen obviously also spawn. And yeah, basically, the only other thing that I'd like to point out is on the wiki, it claims the reactor will actually only meant to be active for 45 seconds, despite the fact that we were definitely in there for longer than 45 seconds. Now, that could be because I removed the reactor in the middle. However, I have found out that in the original beta versions, when you remove the reactor, it would actually just completely stop the process. Therefore, that is a slight problem with this add-on, is that if you remove the Nether Reactor, then the thing will just, carry on when it's not meant to, which is not meant to happen. So with all of that being said, I know I have gone ahead and actually just mentioned a ton of problems. This add-on is actually really good. It's also, as far as I'm aware, the only one that adds in the Nether Reactor. However, if you do want the Nether Reactor in your worlds for whatever reason, then I would recommend using this add-on. I mean, it's not like you have any other alternatives, but to be honest, this add-on is perfectly fine. There aren't any massive game-breaking problems. Most people that have a little bit of experience with add-ons could probably pretty easily fix this. And that's not me attacking the creator of this add-on in any way at all. I think what they have done is absolutely amazing, and their links will be, linked in the description, obviously. But yeah, that's going to be it from me. Thank you so much for watching. Feel free to like and subscribe today to join the Alien Empire. I'll take off my hat so you can see me. I'll see you in the next video very soon. Bye.